When it came to casting Tom Holland as Spider-Man, the Russo brothers had a few requests for the young actor. Please go out there and watch old movies. Watch these important movies in history, because there's a lot of pop culture you might be missing. So let's talk about the impact of this and why it's probably a good idea for everybody to check out many of these films. So when it comes to old movies, obviously there's those culturally important ones, that are important to film culture, that have gone past just film culture and really become a part of something bigger. Like everybody knows the reference, even if they haven't seen the movie. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware, but so many people say, "Luke, I am your father." That's in fact not the quote, it's "No, I am your father." But again, people know what you're talking about, even though the quote is wrong on much merchandise that's put out there. But again, it's this giant thing that's in pop culture, it's just everywhere. And there's obviously so many quotes you hear throughout the day that they're just from these movies that you might have never seen before. I mean, I've talked about it plenty of times. There's plenty of Quentin Tarantino movies that I have never seen, but I know all the quotes from them just because pop culture. So the Russo brothers recently revealed that when they came to casting Tom Holland, they were talking to him about the older movies and stuff and things he hasn't seen, and he admitted to them he never saw Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. And this is kind of like shocking to them because obviously somebody their age, Empire Strikes Back. Most people know Empire Strikes Back. Today, a lot of kids do not. They might not have seen it. There's a lot of movies out there that kids haven't seen. Like, for example, I know plenty of Batman fans that grew up watching, starting with The Dark Knight, like a little cousin of mine. He's never seen Batman 89, Batman Returns, Forever, or Batman and Robin. Those movies just don't exist to him. He does not care. But he's a giant Batman fan. So, pop culture, right? Anyways, the Russo brothers were like, we were stunned when it came to this. So we told them, Tom, you gotta go out there. You gotta watch these films. You gotta watch Empire Strikes Back. And there's plenty of other films you have to see. Classic films that you've never seen before. Now, obviously, if you look at the Avengers movies, there's quite a few references in there to classic 70s, 80s, and even 90s films. I think the most obvious ones are, of course, Back to the Future. Like, that's a big one. The Alien reference in there, and countless other ones that you're going to notice if you've seen these films. And obviously, they would want him to kind of watch these because, again, he's an actor. It's not a requirement, but it's kind of like a passing of the torch. You're learning from what came before with the top stars, and now you're picking that up and moving forward with it. And I kind of agree with them. That is shocking, right? But then again, I know plenty of people that literally do not watch quote-unquote old movies because they're like, that movie looks old. And I'm just like, dude, this movie's from 2007. And they're like, yeah, but it doesn't look like a 2015 movie. Oh, okay, well, have you ever seen Aliens or Terminator 2? And their reply is, no, that movie's old. At least I have the satisfaction of knowing, due to the analytics on this channel, most of you are between the age of 28 and 34. So most of you have actually seen it, so thank you. Most of you have seen Terminator 2, an absolute masterpiece.